Back again with Shaye from DV Utility on a step-by-step process. First step of exchanging a water meter is always turning off the water, obviously after we've notified the resident. Step two, what I always like to say is we're going to go ahead and crack both the utility side nut and the customer side nut, which you can see me doing with a crescent wrench here. From there, I'm going to go ahead and take my channel locks, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, to go ahead and get these nuts off. Once I feel like it's cracked pretty well, I'm going to go ahead and use my hands, just a little bit easier than using a channel lock in that pit. You can see a little bit of backflow starting to happen in that pit. That's perfectly normal. A lot of the times backflow happens when the house is up on a hill and that pit's on that downslope. So you're going to notice we're going to have quite the backflow here, and that's perfectly fine, because we're going to go ahead and take our water pump and start to pump out some of that water. Meter came out. There's that backflow happening in real time. And here's my water pump, which I'll use to take out all that water. Once the water's out, we're going to check. We took out a 5/8 meter, so we're going to put back into the ground a 5/8 meter. From there, we always need to make sure that arrow is pointed towards the house. I went ahead and threw that gasket in on the utility side, and that's a brand new gasket. We're always going to take the old gaskets out and put in a new gasket. So once I get that hand tightened on the utility side, I'm going to go for my customer side. And notice my lay length there. I didn't have a lot of room, so I'm using my screwdriver trick, where I stick in the flathead just a little bit and I twist and it opens it up so that I can go ahead and fit that new gasket in. Notice I'm feeling to make sure everything's flush so that way I don't cross thread the new meter. And you have to be really careful with the cam strut meters specifically. They're plastic. This version is plastic, and so really want to make sure we don't cross thread. Again, I like to hand tighten down, and from there, same thing, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey with the channel locks. So customer side was tightened down as much as I could. I'm going to hand tighten that utility side and then use my channel locks to go ahead and tighten down all the way. From here, I always like to grab my crescent wrench and tighten down just a little bit more. It's usually a quarter turn. Now I'm going to come back to the customer side and tighten down here. Now that it's nice and tight, we're going to go ahead and half pressurize and turn that valve back on to the on position. Again, I only turned it on a little bit there so I could start hearing the flow through the meter, and then I checked for leaks. When I know I have no leaks, I don't see any drip, I don't see any water spraying out, I'm going to go ahead and turn that valve back to the full on position, and that's how you install the meter.